It was an interesting exercise to look at Chinook and Marteloup when thinking about the new cafe, because as we looked at some other cafes that we liked around the world, we started to notice a certain elements started to look the same. They looked nice, there was nothing wrong with them, but it was hard to remember which one was which after a little while.
With each of our cafes, the intention is that they each have their own character, their own personality. They're not a carbon copy of each other. But more than anything, I think it's just different aspects of the personality of the business being reflected in each cafe. I think the Mission area is already a really vibrant place. I feel almost more than any neighborhood that we've gone into now, this is the perfect fit.
You know, whenever we do something, and it doesn't matter how big or how small it is, there's always some amount of detail that we get into. And our designers always sort of make fun of us and joke around that we need to move something, 3 millimeters this way or that way. And it's true. Sometimes we want to move something 3 millimeters. But it's not just because we have a hunch. There's a lot of thought that goes behind it.
I think one of the coolest elements in this space is one that we debated and deliberated over intensely. It's the marble. Choosing marble was perhaps from a durability point of view not necessarily the best choice, but it just fits the space. It's just gorgeous.
All of our lights are custom made by a local company here. There's a chandelier in the back, and when you dim it just right, it adds beautiful warmth to the space.
The new espresso machine we're getting is called the Spirit. It's from a designer named Kees van der Westen. This is his newest machine. He's made lots of really cool innovations in sort of brew water temperature stability, some pre-infusion ideas. This is all super geeky coffee talk, but aesthetically, it's such a gorgeous machine. So my late uncle was very into espresso, and I used to go over to his house, and he would make me an espresso. And honestly, at the time, I hated it. But he was very passionate about what he did, and he was always trying to make it better. And that was very inspiring to me. And I remember one day in passing, he showed me a book by an author named David Schomer. And I didn't think anything of it at the time. But when he passed away, my aunt gave me the book and said, "Your uncle wanted you to have this book." And honestly, I was very moved by it. I was moved that at that time in his life, he thought about giving me a book. Sebastian and I, we devoured the book, cover to cover, and thus began our exploration of what better coffee could be. And what I wonder is, if I had never seen the book, what would have happened? I don't know. It's exciting for me to be able to pay homage to him in that way.